Vanakkam techies, welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to understand basics of Kubernetes and play with kubectl command, which is command line tool to communicate with Kubernetes. Kubernetes website is providing free interactive terminal to learn the concept easily with a hands-on manner. Eventually, if you are looking for theory plus hands-on, this is the right place for you. In this interactive session, we are going to practice 6 things. One is how to create the Kubernetes cluster, and in that cluster how to deploy an app, and then exploring that app, log into that, getting inside into that app and check some logs, kind of etc. And then exposing that application to access from public URL. So how to expose that, and then in case if you want to scale up, if you have installed 2 parts and you want to increase into 4 parts, something like that, or scale down, you can reduce it over the weekend if you want to run only 2 apps, 2 parts, and then during weekdays if you want to run 4, then that's how to scale up and how to scale down, that we can exercise. And then in future, if any release is coming, suppose you have installed X release and then you want to upgrade it to Y, so V1 and then V2, something like that, if you want to upgrade, how to do that. So these all 6 steps we can do it easily by accessing the kubernetes.io website. So let's start. How to pronounce. So as we are going to discuss these 2 terminologies often in this session, so how to pronounce it exactly. So Kubernetes, we say sometimes Kubernetes, but the actual name is Kubernetes, and kubectl. This has different way people used to call, like Kubectl, kubectl, Kubectl. So in case you are from Linux background, you know, right? System CTL. So we call it as system plus CTL. So that's how we pronounce there. So same way, if you like, you can call kubectl, or else you can tell Kubectl or Kubectl, whatever suits for you. Even in YouTube, we can check many way how to pronounce. They have clearly said. Next, free online terminal. There are like Killercoda interactive environments also provides interactive session, but there you have some concept and you want to execute something that you can do in all the other way. But in Kubernetes IO, there is interactive tutorial where they have set up procedure just to execute what they are saying and then observe the results. Just to validate and then get to know the commands usage. So first it will be very much important that you follow the Kubernetes.io. Then once you gain some knowledge, practiced, and then you go and execute the commands as per your wish. Okay, even you can try it in Azure or Azure and as well as AWS. I have tried it in AWS where you can use EKS, simply one click button and few button follow up, and then finally you will get the environment. There it's like minimal cost is applicable, so yeah, be careful on that. Once you did the practice and try to delete that cluster fully, else there is some minimal charge is applicable. Okay, now let's start the interactive tutorial. So open in your Google and type Kubernetes. So go to Kubernetes. There you can have the option of learn Kubernetes basics. So here also those all 6 modules are available. So we'll follow one by one. By clicking here, you will come to know that interactive tutorial. Also, just pause my video and then read that sentence and get to know the diagram usage, how that architecture is designed, how is the control plan, what plan is there, and inside that node what is there, how the parts are there. So likewise some explanation will be there. So every time you follow this sentence also if you have time, or else you can just directly you can go to the interactive tutorial. Frankly speaking, now from here onwards you no need to follow me, you can close this video, because every step is clearly mentioned, how to follow, how to do the next step, all those things. But however, in case if you want to cross check, and then you pause the video and then do the steps, and in case any doubt, and then recheck here, so that will also help me. And then here the setup is ready with Minikube. So Minikube is kind of local Kubernetes environment available to your desktop. You can try to download Minikube, and if you have a personal laptop you can explore there also, and there you can deploy your application if you have anything, or NGINX if you have, so anything you can also check there. This is like get hands-on, and before going to production, lab check, or you are writing something, you can validate here before putting into the actual production or test or environment or whatever. So this is like basically purely for learning purpose. They have hence they have chosen the Minikube. So this Minikube is already there, and then let's start this. So it will take some time. I'll pause the video. Okay, so we are ready to execute. So let's continue, and then let's check kubectl version. So it is readily available. The kubectl is also installed. So this is the version. If you want to copy, you can copy and keep it in your notes for reference. So cluster also available. Get notes. So this is control plan. So whenever you are ready, we will have a control plans and then work plan like worker nodes, where you will be deploying your applications. If you want to keep replicas, you can put it into 2-3 nodes, and then if in case one goes down, the other will take care, and then even the Kubernetes has the functionality that it will bring it up. So yeah, many things are there. Continue. So first module is over. So just try to give the feedbacks, because they are giving freely, at least we'll give strongly agree. Then let's continue to module 2, where we are going to deploy the application using the kubectl method. So again, so how we are going to deploy the application inside the, this is the control plan. Right now it is ready, and we need to have the nodes. In that nodes we are going to deploy the application. So that will be the Docker deployment, and that is inside the node. So if you want to run it in 3 nodes, you can put 1, 2, 3. So that and all in the next modules you will see. So let's click interactive terminal. So whatever we did in the module 1, that is pre-built. So that will be via launch.sh. They are giving it to you. So no need to follow this steps 1 again. So let's go to the second module. So here also you can check version and get nodes. Currently only one node is there, and then we are going to deploy the application now. So what is the command to create deployment? Is like kubectl create deployment, and then your package name. Suppose you have nginx, you just pass it nginx, and then image, where the image is available. So likewise, so it is now created. By selecting this only, it's created, and then get deployments. Now if we check Kubernetes bootcamp 1/1, that means it is running up to date, available, and then it's running from this time. View application. So to view application we need some terminal proxy because of some exception. So they have given this because no internet also available. So within the node that access is there, so they're creating the proxy for that. Now click one more time. So proxy is started, and then now go to terminal 1 again and run this. So we'll come to know everything. If it is not accessible, that means the terminal 1 that is not yet started, so we can check on that part. So now we need to get to know the part name. So part name is Kubernetes Bootcamp, and then some extension. So now we have to pass it in the query. So what we did is that part name, and then this part name we are passing it in this API query. So when we pass it, this is giving the lot of information about where it is deployed, all those extra details, what kind of IP, part internal IPs also can see, and then status, whether it is running or not, container. So it is via Docker. So in Docker we usually check Docker PS command. Here Docker, instead of Docker, kubectl get. So there PS, here get. So Docker kubectl get deployment, kubectl get parts. So whatever that you want to get, some that is means just have to put get. Like in Oracle it is DB and select query, right? Like that. Now let's continue. So this module is also over. Let's give some feedback. And then continue to module 3. So before continuing into module 3, you can execute some commands. Kubectl and get parts. Parts. So only one part we have deployed. I think that is as of now enough. And if you want to run the same part one more time in another node, just deploy once again with different name in when you are giving. So it will create one more. So let's continue to module 3. So module 3 is like how to view that part and nodes. Parts 1, in that part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, you are trying to differently create. So this differentiation I have clearly explained. So how to troubleshoot with kubectl commands: get, list, all that, whatever. Describe, suppose you want to describe something, that part, that deployment, you can give kubectl describe that part name. And then logs, if you want to see that part is working fine or not, or throwing any application level errors, those and all you can see. Kubectl execution, suppose you want to go inside that container. So this is so let's explore those commands in the interactive tutorial. Again, click here, start. I'll pause for some time. Okay, so in this model, now module 1 and module 2 is all together, they are applied and they are giving for ready. That means we are going to execute again those commands, list of parts. So in the last session we have deployed this bootcamp, and then if you want to describe this, just describe, instead of get, just describe parts. So what time it is deployed, since when it is running, all those thing details, created container, started container, so many informations are there. And then again it needs proxy. Again, let's capture the part name, the terminal 1. So pod name is Kubernetes Bootcamp, and then that we are going to pass it here, that we already checked, but this time only extra that they are passed. So it is telling hello Kubernetes Bootcamp. So this is where it is written and then running on this. So simple information, and viewing the log. Suppose you want to see the log, just instead of get, instead of uh, describe, now you are putting logs. So get, describe, logs. These are the three commands which is hands-on. Okay, so log is telling something like that. So in case if you are deployed application log, something error is coming, then you can check it here. So get, describe, logs, and then what is else. Now how to go inside the part, that is execute. Now even without going inside, just we are giving hyphen environment, so all the environment variables also will get outside. So this is also available. What is the IP details, all those things, it is readily. Now we want to go inside, then execute IT, then in docker also the same command, execute and IT, I think. So the same method, we are going inside the bash. Now you are inside that bootcamp. So here you know that path, your application where it is deployed, and you want to check something, you can go and check it. So that's it. Now exit. Okay, so it is there. We want to see some files, server.js, you can just cat that file, you can check that. Okay, let's, okay, something there, okay, one to explore. Now if you want to cat that file, just cat this file. Okay, and you want to localhost check hello Kubernetes, because you are inside only. And finally exit. So this is so once one part is created, and what kind of troubleshooting you can do in towards that part. So like get which is running or not, describe more details, logs, collect some logs, and get into inside that log, inside that parts, check that application logs, application relevant information. You want to change some configuration, A to B, B to C, whatever, that and all you can do here, and then exit, save it. So this module also completed. Now go to home. So we have seen cluster, deploy app, and then how to explore that app. Now how to bring that application into publicly. So expose. So to expose that, we need a service. Kubernetes parts are model, pods have lifestyle. When worker node dies, the parts running on the nodes are lost. Replica might then dynamically drive the cluster back. So in case one part is gone, then that Kubernetes control plan has the capability to bring that back. So that and all, many things, as you know very well, I think our future you will be getting to know when you go for advanced. So this is how they have some explanation how the deployment is working, and in case of one part goes down, how it is working. So service layer. So this is how this is going to come back to public. So from here it will go to either load balancer mode or vice versa. The first aid here, second aid like that. So but for public we are going to expose this service. Okay, let's do interactive tutorial. I'll pause for some time. Okay, fourth module is ready. Now here also, as I said earlier, that it is everything is ready for service expose. Now let's check again that bootcamp is running. Get service. which is with that IP it is running. A service called Kubernetes that is created by default when Minikube starts the cluster. To create new service and export to external traffic, we use expose command. So this is like pre-built. How to expose? So this is the command kubectl. So we saw many commands like get, describe, log, and execute. Now this is another command which is expose. So this whatever is running, I am going to expose it to 8080 port. So to expose that, we have to give node port. So just this is the same command we have to follow, only the package name nginx whatever, or else you are deploying the database, you have to give that package name whatever. Then now check. So node port is created. So this is ready now. So it is publicly exposed to 8080 and that is 31421. So through this port we can access. Suppose you want to give it to a remote port is also 8080, a remote port also, then you can mention here remote port is 8080, those also. But if it didn't mention, by default it will pick some port and then it will assign. So now it is running with the 31421. So describe, want to describe. So you can see here, so target port, node port, and then endpoints, node port kubectl. So this is running with 31421 node port. Now we can test that app is exposed to cluster using so minikube IP. So you need to get minikube IP. So when you start only you will have the minikube IP, minikube space IP. Echo, let's say it. So it is with 10.0041. So when we pass it here 10.0041 and 31421, that should bring that hello bootcamp something. So hello Kubernetes bootcamp. So this is now exposed. Either response from the service exposed. Now, using labels. So kubectl describe, again they're using describe command automatically label. So where is that automatically labels label, are you able to see? Yeah. So this is the label name, which is application name Kubernetes bootcamp. And then that name we are going to give get parts -l app name. So when we give this is running the same list existing service. Okay. Now what we are going to do, get the name of the pod and store in the pod name environmental variable. Again we are storing it. So pod name we are collected, and then just dynamically we are passing label parts. So this is labeled. So label name is that, become like this. Now this time if we check, your label name got like this. And then get parts version. So this is B1, like that output. So if we consider this, in that last module we'll come to know how to upgrade to the latest version. So that is fine. And then to delete service, you can use the delete service command label. So how to delete that, whatever you created, just use the delete command. So we got another command, delete, then expose. What is that? Another one is label. Describe. That is label. Parts. Yeah. Okay. And then you get service. Whatever you have deleted, that is gone. And then now if we check, it won't give the answer because you have deleted that whatever the exposed one, so you don't have the node port. Because of that, its connection is refused. And then now if you want to go to prove that the app is not reachable anymore from outside of the cluster, but you can check it from inside, right? So it is working inside only, right? So it is running. So only the exposed part is removed. That's it. This module is all over. Then the fifth module, which is scaling up. How to scale up? Suppose you are running one part, you want to make it 4 parts. So likewise, let's see this. Again, click to connect. I'll pause for some time. Okay, we are into fifth module, which is scale up your app. Now get the deployments. Bootcamp is already ready. Now here we can see 1.1. Now let's see how to scale up. To see replica set created by the deployment, run this 1.1.1. Now how to scale up? Kubectl scale. So that's it. So everywhere single command, just you have to remember that word only, and the rest of syntax you can just follow from Google or from the documentation. So yeah, want to scale up, use scale. Want to delete, just delete command. Want to get the status, get command. Want to describe command. So want to see the log command. So everything is easy here. So commands will be very much possible to remember. And then I have created 4. Now let's do check again the get deployment. Now we could see 4 by 4. So that means 4 parts available now. So get parts, we could see 1, 2, 3, 4, which is running in 8, 9, 7, 4 something IPs, and then all are running status. In case if it one goes down, then that Kubernetes control plan has the capability to bring the up. So because it will have some latest snapshots kind of information, and it will be possible to make it up. Okay, what will happen if IP changes? Because this is inside the parts, right? The exposed will be the service, so the IP change won't impact much. But anyway, that and all you will get to know in the latest advanced topics. So describe that bootcamp. Here you can see that 4 desired, 4 updated, 4 total, 4 available, 0 unavailable. So all these status, many things you can see here. How to load balance. Exposed IP, and let's check that service is load balancing the traffic. To find out the exposed IP, we can use the describe the link in the previous model. Create an variable called node port that has a value as the node port. So node port is 31579. Now we'll do call exposed. Okay, when it's running with the different port with the we hit a different port with every request. It demonstrates that the load balancing is working. So now if I execute the same command, can you see this mpj 90 and WWF is at 8. So because every time the hits goes to load balanced. So one time the node part 1 will go, the other hit can go to part 2 or part 3 or part 4. So let's see this command kubectl get parts. So we have 4. The first time it went to mg9. The second time it went to w. Now the third time it can go somewhere mg again here. So likewise it is going different place. So this is how it is load balanced. And that is reason when you hit only external IP plus port, you are not bothered about the local IPs, right? So even if it changes, it won't be matter. Kubernetes kubectl delete this one. Let's see this. So one part I have deleted. Now what happens? Yes, it is not working. Takes time. Okay, I'm not getting the session back. Maybe this is not part of the session captured. Yes, so it is deleted. It takes some time seems. And then now if I check how many parts are there, again 4. I deleted WWF is a D. WWF is a D got disappeared, but new part is created. This is how. So suppose one part is gone, the other part is getting created with a different ID. So this is one of the good news which Kubernetes has. And then now let's move to continue scale down. Suppose here from 4 to 2 we want to bring 2 down. So deployment scale down. I have done that. Now let's see the output. 2 getting terminated. Now let's get the deployment. Here that value become 2 2. Now get wide output. Here that is become terminated and then running. So this is how scale up and scale down. Now the last module, which is update. So version you want to change, just keep your monitor this. You will come to know that it will be able to change. Suppose you want to deploy something. So let's see, start interactive. I'll pause for some time. Okay, so we have reached module 6, which is last module. And then here, let's see what is deployed. So again, bootcamp is readily available. And we are getting 0/4. List the part running reports. Maybe it is still deploying. Yes, now it is running from pending to running. So now let's describe again that 4 parts are running. All those run information we can see. And then now let's see to update the image. Suppose you have version 1 and you want to increase to version 2. So here use set image command, set. So the other command is set image. And then before we see scale, now it is set image. So let's execute this command. Bootcamp v2 image updated. Now let's get the parts. See whatever is terminating and then again started running. So something is getting terminated and something is getting started running. Let's check again. So 4 got terminated, 4 got running. So old versions are getting terminated and the new 4 versions are getting created. The command notify deployment use different image for your application initiating and rolling update. Check the status of new parts and view the old one terminating with the get parts command. Okay, so now let's describe. And then now create exposed port is 3149 to now. Now let's check here. Here let's see. Earlier it was V1. Now we are getting V2 because version 2 is deployed. So that's it. The only thing you need to understand from here is set image. Set image command is used to upgrade. Now suppose you can also confirm that update by running the rollout status. You don't like it, some error is coming, unable to troubleshoot in short time, just go on rollout. And then now I can get in the image field output, verify that you are running the latest image version 2. Oh sorry, rollout. Rollout is that I am okay to push it for v2. That means rolled. I thought in different sense, sorry. So we could see that. Let's put that command easily command get parts, so that all the terminating one is removed. Because of rollout, that all 4 is gone. Now it is running with the latest version v2. Roll back. So rollout is fine. Suppose you want to roll back. Now what is the way? Let's see. Let's perform another update and deploy image called 10. Suppose you have version 10. Want to deploy. Let's deploy version 10. So image is done. Let's see. 3/4, only 2 up to date, 3 available. Some issue is there, means it is not able to image pullback. So that v10 is not available. Maybe v1 and v2 is there, but instead of v6 or v9 you given v10 by mistake, or some error are not able to deploy. Let's consider image pull off error, describe the parts. Successful container created, stopping container, and then the events to roll back. Now I want to roll back, then kubectl rollout. So rollout and then rollout undo. So earlier you tried rollout, now you are rolling rollout undo. So where is that command? Here rollout, here rollout undo. Set image, rollout status, rollout undo. Yes, that we are checking it. So whatever that is gone, terminating. So again v2 is back. Kubernetes bootcamp v2 is back. So we have reached 6 modules, and this is the final module, how to roll out and then roll back. So all the steps we have tried, and hopefully you understood basics Kubernetes. With these 6 modules, many things we learned, and then many kubectl commands also we learned. And using that, now you have application, you can try to go into live available free terminals, and then you can explore that. And you may get some errors, and using Google's, definitely you can sort it out, and that will give you boost to move forward. Hopefully this is helpful, and now you can use Killercoda and then you can explore. Hopefully this is useful. See you in other session. Thank you so much.